Going on, guys? So today we're talking about gun belts, and the one we're looking at today is the SOE 1.5 Cobra belt. And if I can get my camera to focus here, you get a better view here. So this is a belt I've been wearing pretty much every day for probably about 2.5 years now. And one thing you're probably going to notice right off the bat is I'm shaking this around, all I'm holding it by is 2 fingers, and it's not flexing, it's not flopping around, and it's not dropping to the table. Now the reason that is they actually are using a very thick nylon webbing here for the belt, and it's actually 2 layers. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's going to be a very thick material, and it's not going to be flopping around on you. And that's going to be very important when you do start adding weight to this, such as with a gun, spare magazine, extra knives, fixed blade knives, things like that. That's when you want to make sure you're not just wearing a cheap crap leather dress belt. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind when you come to order an SOE belt: read the fucking directions. They are very specific about how you need to order the sizing. Don't try to game the system. What he says will work. I wear a size 34 pants. This is a size 34. That's what I ordered. Don't try to measure it. Don't measure the number of inches you need. Guarantee you it will not fit. And then you're going to run into more problems, have to try to return it, get it remade to the right size, things like that. Just read what he says to do, and you'll get the right size belt. Now, one of the great things about this is I'm not light on my stuff. I beat on it heavily. You can see right here, there's a lot of wear and tear starting to build up on the Cobra belt itself, on the buckle, I should say. But nothing's failed. Everything works as it should. It's holding up great. You can hold it by the buckle and it actually still will not hit the table. And that's with the added flex from just being in the hinge point right there. But here's the thing. Let's say something does fail on this. The Cobra buckle blade breaks. The threads all start popping loose. I call them up or send them an email, tell them what's going on, send it back to them. They send me a repaired belt or give me a new one. They have a very good warranty, and they basically build them so you're not going to need a warranty. Now, the reason you're going to want to have this is because once you start carrying a gun on a regular basis, if you use a cheap crap leather belt that's just going to flop around like you're seeing this one does not, it's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be easily concealable for your firearm or your spare mag or anything else. And frankly, it's not going to be an enjoyable process to carry a gun. And then that's what leads a lot of people to stop carrying. When you have a nice rigid belt such as this, what will happen is all that weight you put on there sits exactly where you want it to. It's not going to start bending down on you. It's not going to roll over the edges. And when that does that, that's what causes you to have it to bend out more to the sides. Things start printing more, and it makes it a lot less concealable. The best way I've found to test a good quality gun belt is, first off, grab it on the top to bottom. Squeeze as hard as you can. That should not roll over. I'm sure you notice my hand's starting to pop out, get a little bit of pressure there. And I got a nice red line across my hand from how hard I was squeezing this. But it did not roll over. And that's one of the important things to note. And by the same logic, you should be able to pick up a belt when it's buckled in a loop like this, and it shouldn't fall over. It shouldn't flop around. And that's going to be a great thing to look for. But not only that, one of the biggest things I like to do is, this is only going to apply once I already own the belt. I actually like to run it through a pair of pants and see if it will actually hold the gun, or I should say hold the pair of pants up in the air. Another thing to note is when you are running it through your pants, make sure you actually take the buckle off, buckle it back in, and then run the other side through your pants. Now, you technically can squeeze the buckle through some belt loops on some pants, but not all pants have wide enough loops that you can do that. So for that reason, I don't recommend trying to do it. I do have friends that have actually ripped several pairs of pants trying to. I personally have been more lucky. I haven't ripped a pair of pants doing that yet because I do it on occasion, but overall, I do not recommend that. So as I mentioned before, this is the test you can actually do to see how good your gun belt is. If you can run it through a pair of pants that you're not wearing, grab the belt buckle and hold the entire pair of pants up as if you're wearing them, you probably have a good enough gun belt to wear on a regular basis. Now, this isn't something I put out in the water and got it freezing tight so you just hold up on its own with just ice. This is fresh out of the dryer. It's nothing out of the ordinary. But I can hold it up, and the pair of pants holds itself up just from the belt. So, as I mentioned before, one of the things you will note is that for some pairs of pants, you can kind of squeeze the belt loop over the buckle, but frankly, it's not worth the hassle. Generally speaking, it's easier and faster to just undo the Velcro, feed the belt back through the buckle, take the buckle all the way off, clip that buckle back into the other side so you don't lose it, and then you can run the belt on or off through the rest of your belt loops, and that is going to be the easiest and fastest process. Alright guys, so that was the SOE 1.5 rigid Cobra belt. And if you have any questions, please make sure to put them in the comments section below. And as always, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Have a nice day, guys.